I got a little annoyed with a. Okay. So last multiplayer test, since I hadn't changed anything, was a little buggy. So I went back and I fixed the bugs. Everything's set to replicate now, as it should be, and works as expected. I fixed a bug in the plugin because of it. I noticed when I was there's the potion. I noticed when I was picking up and dropping the potion last time that the potion drops straight down instead of actually following the arc. And that was because of an order of operations bug that'd been introduced when I changed some of the grip stuff recently. It's like 2 weeks old. So I went back and fixed that, and it's all working as expected now. Ooh, yeah, I can hit my ceiling still. All right. The main thing I wanted to go over was there was some slight hitching as a client when climbing, and that was because I was doing the start and stop climbing commands in Blueprint just because I wanted people, just to be able to use the start and change movement mode normal Blueprint nodes. But that doesn't really work with climbing movement because of how climbing works. When you're in a multiplayer environment, it desyncs a little bit with your last climbing input between when the client stops and starts climbing and when the server stops and starts climbing. The server can get that packet to stop it directly from Blueprint earlier or later than the client was at the point in time when they were processing the saved movement. So I went in and put stop and start climbing back into the full movement system for the engine. It's a part of the F saved movement struct now, and it means that there's no hitching anymore on any kind of climbing movement unless you somehow desync from the server. Like you should be able to see it on the other computer's stream right now, a bit delayed though, but this should be pretty smooth. Like pretty much exactly like what it looks like to me. It feels like I'm in a single player game right now as a client. So that's a good indicator to me. I'm happy with it. In fact, all the movement appears to be about perfect at the moment. I intend to add running in place and bobbing. Oh, it's the same. Running in place / bobbing and arm swing as alternative movement modes too. They're really easy to add. I mean, I have a fully driven character here, so all I have to do is, detect velocity and vector of direction and add an input to it. So I just hadn't bothered yet because of how easy it is. The climbing issued a bigger challenge in multiplayer, so I wanted to tackle that first. On to something else. I added smoothing to the motion controllers as a test for now. So I'm actually not doing the full update hertz for the motion controller movement like I used to do on this character at the moment. I have it set to 60 hertz and smoothed, so it'll lerp one update behind to the current position so that it should smooth out the movement. Which means you can run it, 30, 20, maybe 15 hertz, and it should look decent to everyone else on the server. To lower bandwidth and not saturate your network. It's a naive method of smoothing. So since it's only one update behind, if updates vary in speed, you can get some small hitching, but you would get that regardless without the naive smoothing. So it should be better in most cases. I can't see this at the moment, but my last test it ran very well halfway across the country with someone else, so I trust it's still working okay. Tomorrow I think I'm going to tackle the arm swing and bob locomotions because, like I said, they're easy to implement. I'll do basic form, test them around, iterate a few times until I get them where I want them. Since I'm basically full on multiplayer now, after that, I just want to figure out what else needs solved in multiplayer and work on it. I mean, other than that, I don't know. I'm up for ideas. All right. Thanks.